your cosmic weather report for the week of February 7th through February 13th.
I'm Heather, and I'm going to start with the astrology.
And I'm Cody, and when she's done, I'm going to dive into all the human design and gene key transits.
So let's get right into it, guys, with the astrology for this week, beginning anew. We're right into February now, and we're really going to look at how in January we cleared out the past. Sometimes, bye-bye. Sometimes it was more like a really big push, like get out. Other times it was a little easier. There's some things, guys, that can't follow us forward into this year.
No.
There's some old ways of thinking that are completely done for.
And hopefully you listened to last week's, because it was all about letting go of those limiting beliefs and rewriting new stories.
To come into this week.
Okay,
listen every week. Hit the little subscribe button. So we were challenged and we're pushed to do this. And I really want to invite everyone to look into your life. If you're like, there's no story that I need to rewrite or look at differently.
Bull nanny.
Bull nanny. Bull nanny, as Cody would say. It's another Codyism.
Oh, sorry. Did I have something in my throat?
You did have
My
a
bad.
frog in your throat.
My bad.
But really look at what is something that you want to rewrite for this new year that you've been holding on to, you need to let go of in your life. But because we're beginning anew with a new embodied purpose with thinking and acting, how we're being in relationships, how we're being in our career. And we're going to be looking at what's going on with the embodiment of your purpose for the rest of the year.
Yeah. What most people don't realize is actually in the human design and the gene key is January is actually the period of the new year. So the year actually finishes at the end of January and begins anew at the end of January into February. So you're actually looking at the new year right now.
Right. And it's so great to also look at the embodiment of purpose in your life. I'm a teacher. I'm a psychic healer, but I'm also a mom. I'm all of these things.
You're also a wife.
I'm
You're also
wife.
a friend. You're also a woman. You're also
amateur gardener. Not going so great at that yet, but we're getting there.
A chicken owner.
A chicken owner. Yeah.
She owns
chicken
chickens.
mom. I'm a chicken mom.
I'm going to be a chicken mom too.
But if I look at all these things and I'm like, but what's my purpose? So really it's to look in your life of what is your purpose at the whole of life? Underneath all of the titles and all of the labels and all of the things.
doing.
Yes.
It's about the being.
Yeah. And so what is that? And it's an invitation to really look at it during this week and to journal about it and align with the stars on it. Because the stars are up there going, we have aligned for you.
We are here for you. Da da da.
Hello, to journal and to think and to meditate on your embodiment of purpose for the rest of the year.
We got very Vanna White just then.
Yes. And Cody and I always say, if you don't know where you're going this year, you can't get there.
How do you buy a ticket if you don't know the destination?
Right.
Like,
So this week, give yourself the grace and the time. We never have enough time, right? Give yourself that time to sit down, to get still, and to really look at where you want to go this year. And not just in career and family life, but just as a whole person. So what does Gene Keys and Human Design have?
All right, so diving into the transits. So we are going to be in gate 49 on February 8th through the 12th, and that is the gate of the catalyst. Gene Key 49 moves from the shadow of reaction to the highest expression, which is rebirth, and it is the way of revolution.
Woohoo!
I know, this is some powerful words.
Revolution.
And really what you really want to think about in at this time is very similar to what she said, which is don't hold on to stories, relationships, situations, circumstances that are compromising your value and your worth. And so I'm going to say that, in one way it's looking at the relationships themselves, but also remember to look at your perspective in that relationship. Ooh. Is your perspective one that is actually devaluing yourself when you could actually be looking at the situation in a new way, in a new perspective, and have a completely different reaction or response or lesson in the experience? And that's really about looking at, helping you see that what is happening to you is really here for you rather than being a disservice. But if it's really not, if your gut is really saying you need to get out, then you know what, honey? Get out.
Go now.
Go.
Bye.
Listen to the gut.
Yeah.
So, and also really looking at making sure on that other side, are you repetitively quitting all the time? Because maybe your growth edge isn't in getting out, it's in stay in.
And maybe you've kind of been growing for a moment, and then you're picking a new relationship,
and it gets hard and difficult, and you want to bail ship.
Yeah.
Do you find that you're always quitting too soon? This may be an invitation to do the opposite. So again, really going back to that, the way of revolution. Sometimes revolutions can be quiet and subtle and transformative. That's why we have had, people like the Dalai Lama or Mahatma Gandhi, that was the one I was going for. Have been these really subtle, beautiful presence. Even Princess Diana was an incredible revolutionary force in such a poetically graceful, soft way. And so that's what you also want to think about is your revolution may not look like, a full transformation of the world and really loud. It may be subtle and graceful and beautiful. Your edge may be in, surrendering rather than forcing. So really looking at which one is most needed for you, and really looking at what is it that you do need in your life versus what you really do not need. That's all I got.
It's beautiful.
No big deal.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, join us next week for our dive into the Cosmic Weather Report. And of course, you can also dive us on our topics once a week that we dive into to get a little more nitty gritty and to all of the details of healing and wholeness and health and
issues and things and sassiness.
All the things. And hopefully if you got something great out of this, please share it. Please like and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And join us next week for another deep dive into the Cosmic Weather Report.
It's all written in the stars. We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.